Hi everybody, this is Jessica from Becoming Jessa page. So I figured, since I've been having so many technical difficulties over the last few months in trying to get some videos up, and this one's finally going to go up, please be patient with me, that I would give you a little bit of verbal insight to who I am quickly before I go over my whole 30 challenge results, which are amazing. I'm really hoping I can go through them, slow down Jessica, without crying my eyes out. So, I'm 37, I live in the Pacific Northwest, I am married, I've been married for 3 years. I grew up in a very small, rural area of California, so I'm a small town girl. Small town girl, big city dreams, whatnot. The why my channel is called Becoming Jessa is because growing up, I have a very special person in my life named Wesley, and he always called me Jessa because it was the only name I could tolerate that was a shortened of Jessica, and he always thought that I could do better and be better and accuse me, which a couple of other people have too, through my life of always sitting there on the fence and watching life go by, but always had the dreams and aspirations to do those things and to accomplish, and for one reason or another I never did them. And so I decided to go with Becoming Jessa because in honor of him and to become the truer, best part of who I can be and should have been all along. So that's why it's called Becoming Jessa. I don't have split personalities or anything. My husband would probably question that. He claims so, but I really don't. So I would also, let's see, in January of 2014, I weighed 518 pounds. I know that my start weight on all my posts is 472, but that's the weight I was when I went public with my weight issues and my challenges. But officially, when I started to exercise, well, not exercise, but exercise, eating better and actually actively trying to change, I weighed 518. And I wore a man's size 5X, 6X t-shirts and sweatpants, and then for work clothes I wore a size 36, 38 when I had stopped working. That point in my life I was miserable and very unhealthy, and my life was a crap storm, and my career was going in the toilet. I just was a miserable, unhappy person. And when I went to the doctor and they reinforced it and told me, you have severely high blood pressure and you have type 2 diabetes, and I didn't want medications and things, the doctor gave me 60 days to try and correct it myself without medications, or I was going to go on medications and they were going to take my driver's license and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I even started getting the brown markings on my neck and stuff from having high blood sugar. It was not pretty. I came home and I laid in my bed and I cried for about 2 days. I was so sad. But then I grasped reality, and I created the mess and I had to fix it. I did it, and I can't blame anybody but myself. I chose to put the food in my mouth and I chose to be miserable. I allowed people and situations around me to affect me in a manner that I self-destructed, and I take accountability for that. And so in May of 2014, I went public with 472 pounds, and I posted pictures of myself and shocked all my family and my friends, standing there half naked in bikini bottoms and a sports bra. I tried to warn most people that I was going to do it, but some people didn't get the memo, and well, let's just say a lot of my very modest family members were quite taken back with that. um, I did have, in the beginning, I started off, it wasn't just eating clean. I actually started off with Herbalife. Herbalife saved my life. It gave me my start. I don't utilize the products now, but they are good ones, and I'm not trying to like sell the product right now. I want to say thank you to Lori and everybody there in her nutrition club, because without them, I would not be here right now, or I would be, but I would be much fatter, and I would have all kinds of pills I'd be on to try and keep me alive. I would probably be on diabetic medication and high blood pressure medicine, and I would be just as sad and miserable to start with. But they gave me the stepping stones and the tools to succeed and to start off and get where I am now. And I tease Lori and I tell her that she created a monster when she created me, because I'm so hardcore when it comes to eating clean that the only thing that's canned in my home is tomatoes. Everything I make is fresh, and even cream of mushroom soup, I make it from scratch, from dry organic ingredients. And but I contribute where I am sitting here today. That beginning was her, this crazy tiny lady coming into my store and trying to shove her shakes down my throat for a year, and she saved me. So I appreciate that, and since I'm letting you a little insight on how I got here, she was a big factor in that. I also, thank my grandma Lenny, and my mother-in-law Linda, and my best friend Kat, because if they wouldn't have kept pushing me to go public and told me not to have shame in it, and said that I did have a voice and that I should use it, and maybe I could help somebody else, and so they can see the struggles and the things that I had to go through. And even though I said, well, everybody's doing it, everybody's, doing, I got fat for this, or I was this or that, and Kat told me that, well, everybody is a little bit different, and maybe it'll be that one person, even if it's one person that actually can relate with your situation, and then they can help themselves too. So I didn't set out to help other people. It was more of like a haha, look what I did, now you can't be mean to me anymore. And then it turned into, every time a new person would send me, you're doing a good job and you're doing great, and they were all strangers, then it was amazing, and I wasn't expecting it, because honestly I have a very limited support system in my everyday life. So I'm very grateful to where this has gone and how it's come about. So back to the reason for this post, my Whole 30 challenge that I did, and I promised a truth or tell. I actually cheated, not food-wise, but you're not supposed to weigh yourself, and you're not supposed to measure yourself at the beginning of the program. And at the end, I succumbed to the weight of the scale demons at Safeway when I had to walk by it to get limes. And I did, and I sat on the scale 3 times more after the initial, and I started to cry. I got really emotional, and I freaked out right there. And then this sweet little lady came over, and she put her hand on my shoulder, and she's like, it's okay, honey, don't cry. You'll lose the weight. You'll be fine. She's like, it's okay. And she was just so sweet and so tender. And I know that she thought that I was crying because I had gained weight, not because I had lost weight. But the fact of the matter is that I saw 300 pounds, and I hadn't weighed that since, I can't remember. I remember when I looked at the scale, and it said I weighed 325, and I said I'm never getting on one again, and I was like 19, and it was a really awesome experience to have a stranger do that, and her have the exact words that I needed that moment. Because it helped. So I hugged her and I told her, yes, I will succeed. And then a couple days later, I tried on a pair of pants that I was trying to force myself into and get them to zip a few days prior to being weighed with my niece, and they zipped, and they were a size 22. And I remember when I zipped them the first time I put on a size 22, and I was 12, and we were in Target, and I told my mom the first pants that she handed over, they didn't fit me, they were too tight. And I remember looking out the door, and she was crying, and she told the lady, you don't have any bigger sizes? And I said, this is the biggest one in the store. I remember my mom crying. And I shut the door, and she came in, and she wiped her face before she came in, and she handed them to me. And luckily they fit, but yeah, that was the first time I put on a size 22. And I really pray this is the last time as well. But it's come a long way from the size I was. And now to numbers. This video is getting long, and I'm really sorry. So I had to do all the measuring myself, so forgive the crudeness of this again. These are them. It's all kind of blotched in there. I have the starting ones over here, and these are the total of how many inches. I'll go with where I lost the most inches. My waist was 51, and my end waist was 48. Total loss of 3. The next biggest inch circumference I lost was on my breast in the fullest area, and that was 52 3/4, and I lost 48 inches, or not 48 inches, I'm at 48 inches, so with another 3. The next third biggest was on my booty, my hips, the fullest area, and that was at 69.5 inches, and I'm now at 66 on the dot. And I don't know how reliable it is, because I know you're not supposed to measure yourself, but, and then in between that I lost a lot of 2s, 1.5s, and I measured my neck, each arm, thighs, calf, all of it, and I will take a picture of this and post it on my Instagram, and I will post it on my Facebook page as well. But overall, I lost a total of 23 inches doing Whole30. So I would say that Whole30 was a success, and the third time is a charm. And anybody out there who hasn't decided to do it and hasn't tried it, I highly recommend that you do. Go slow, listen to your body, listen to what you're doing. Maybe start a few weeks ahead of your actual date to start, like I said before, to get used to, not eating certain foods that you're more prone to cheat with. Like mine was Greek yogurt. I would highly recommend doing something like that first. Maybe set yourself up a little bit more to succeed at it. And remember, there's no failure if you just get back on and do it again, because it's you only got one life, so you live it. Thank you for following me, supporting me, and loving me, and not knowing me. I greatly appreciate it. So that's 23 inches lost and 12 pounds, almost 13. I probably would have died of heart failure right there if it would have been $2.99. Thank you very much. And you guys are all my heroes. And some of you call me an inspiration, but every single day you inspire me to continue doing what I'm doing and to keep going forward on the hard days, on the good days, on the real, real bad days. You guys inspire me. Thank you, and God bless.